Hello, welcome back to Spill the Bubble Tea After Dark. My name is Adam, and that is Andrea James Lui. Welcome back to After Dark, where we recap on our main episode. Main episode. What was it?
Well, our main episode, which we have on all the different podcast networks, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And I'm so excited about the topic of our last episode because it really spoke to me personally and it really inspired me. So it's been about a month since we last recorded, and I have changed my life because the topic of the last episode was, what the F are we doing here? And it really made me think about, what the F am I doing?
Well, I'm going to pop my tea, so have a listen. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And listen.
Oh, love it. I love it.
So good. I needed this.
What are you drinking?
This is just green tea, like jasmine green tea, because I've been so drowsy.
Yeah, I'm just drinking a cold tea, because Steve and I just came home from bricklaying. See my muscles? He's probably downstairs laughing his ass off at me because he was bricklaying. I was cutting some bricks, and then I got tired. Because, so the brick cutter is really loud, so I wear glasses to protect my eyes, and then these really tight earmuffs to protect my ears. But earlier this week, because it's really cold on the Gold Coast now, I was teaching in a hoodie, and I was doing this like funky grip, helix grip, bicep grip, you know the grip. I was doing an invert to brass monkey, and then as I was up there and I was talking, and then my shoulder slipped off, and the pole whacked me in the ear. And so I have this huge bump like right behind my ear, you know that bone right behind your ear? And so it was right where my sunglasses and the earmuffs, not that, you know, the headphone ear protection. And so I was cutting bricks, and it was just like pressing in, and like, so my head was pounding and pounding. So I don't think I got as much work done. Well, this is a few days ago now, so I definitely don't have a concussion. Also, because of where it hit me, I actually think it's like my ear cartilage probably cushioned a little bit of the blow. But I can also feel like, I could tell because I made Steve look at it, and I was like, can you see it swollen? And he's like, it's just a little bit swollen. But I knew he was downplaying it, because then I kind of looked at it myself, and I think it was blue. Anyway, that's my sad sob story.
Well, funny, because when I was training in Bali last week, a few days ago, actually what day is today? Jesus, I don't even know what day it is.
You only just got home. You were in Bali still only 2 days ago, or a couple days ago.
Yes, so like 3 days ago, I did some filming, and I hit my head really hard on the pole, so now this is bruised.
We both hit our heads this week.
I know, I have my little friend just to cover that, but it's not that swollen, so it doesn't matter. Like this is fitting what the thing is. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, we don't know what we're doing here on podcast. We don't know what we're doing in the post studio or anywhere.
That spot on your forehead where your fringe is covering where you hit your head, I used to be able to, I used to do this thing where I would do a chest stand, and then I'd do a scorpion kick. And when I was wearing heels, the stiletto would always crack me on the forehead here. And I would get so excited, because after I did a really good show, I would get a goose egg here, and I would be like, look, I kicked my own head. And I would be so excited to have a bump there. Such an idiot.
Oh my God, remember the day that we used to kick our head with our heels?
It was so flexible.
Well,
you've been sharing some of your early career footage, like your earliest training videos, and I am so wow at how flexible you were. You were like doing full cocoon and inverted eagle and stuff. Because I think in the entire time that I've known you, you've always been like, oh no, I'm not flexible like that. And so I just assumed that you had never done that stuff. But you totally did that stuff.
Girl, I used to do chest stand as well.
You did?
But then I cannot. I just my back is not good anymore, so I just don't do it anymore. Because I keep getting injured in my shoulder, not my back. Because you need all this, see, I can't even reach. And I ended up just you know what? I'd rather maintain my strength than flexibility in my shoulders. So that's why I stopped like stretching my shoulders. I just keep it mobile. That's it. You know.
I feel
See,
like
it just cracked.
that's a smart choice and it's a safe choice for like long-term health. Because for me, I was a hypermobile kid, I guess. Not kid. I was hypermobile right up until my adulthood, and then it was like just boom. All of a sudden, it stiffened up, and it was sciatica. Sciatica stiffened it up, and then I was so cautious about trying to get it back. But I've been doing a lot more yoga because Steve is teaching yoga once a week, so I do his class, and then I started doing like the advanced Bikram class at my studio, which is like 84 postures, so it's like stretch in every direction, and so much of it is like hips and stuff like that. And then I've started going back to the gym. So like oh no wait, I haven't told you this yet. I recorded a voiceover this morning because tickets for my Fringe show in Canada are on sale now. And so I'm in my era of like really honest voiceovers in an attempt to stimulate discussion because I don't want to just like trauma dump on my followers.
Yeah.
Which this ties back to like the what the F are we doing here because it's something I started doing after we filmed our last episode. So now when when I record my voiceovers, I really think in terms of what would people want to talk to me about? As opposed to just like, what do I want to talk to you about? It's like, what do I think they want to get off their chest? Yeah. And it's been super effective because even the what I think is dumb and no one in real life wants to talk to me about things like storage or like videos, camera settings and stuff like that. It turns out there are so many people on the internet who want to talk to me about that kind of stuff. So the voiceover recording that I recorded this morning is about how I'm actually just scared shitless about my show coming up. And not just because I don't know who's going to come. I don't know if anyone's going to come. But also because I don't know how my body is going to hold up. Because even last year, the way I choreographed my show last year was to put all of my favorite things in, all of the things that felt easy and felt fun, because I was already beyond my era of trying to do hard, impressive things. I was like, I want to do things that feel good. And so here I am a year later, and I'm like, oh no, the things that felt good last year are very hard now. And so I'm like, now I have to reassess what feels good now. So I'm training for this show, but I've started training instead of just doing pull. I've been doing more yoga. I've started going to the gym once a week and doing like weightlifting classes with Steve and his brother, which is really cute to like do circuit workouts with the two of them. So I think I'm like, my training now has shifted to things that are more nourishing for my body, but also like socially fun for me. I don't know. It's fun to work out with Steve and his brother.
That is good. You definitely need that, like, you know, because your show is not like a competition, like a one-off thing. Like you gotta be doing the same show over and over again. So that's different types of training.
This should be a relief because last year when I did the show, the festival I was in, I think was 6 days long. And I think I did 7 shows in 6 days. And so there was one 24-hour period right at the end where I did 3 shows in 24 hours because I had like a late night show, a matinee, and then an early evening show back-to-back days. So it was 3 shows in 24 hours. Whereas this year, I'm doing the same number of shows but over 10 days. And so the 2 festivals I'm doing, one's in Ontario, the other is in Vancouver, both start with 4 days in a row. And then a day off, and then another show, and then 1 or 2 days off, and then 1 or 2 more shows to finish. So the actual schedule is a lot more forgiving.
That's fair enough.
But anyway, I started talking about this because you said you stopped bending because it was like you kept getting injured in your shoulder. And I'm still in the... I feel like it's not that I'm in denial, but I'm still like, how do I figure out how to work with the pains that I feel, like whether it's lower back or whatever, so that I can still do some version of what I want to do? Because I've started training chest stands again. Because I really want my press up again. That used to be like my big party trick, is when I would do chest stand and then just press up with no dynamic energy. It was just like... It felt like such an achievement. And I had no idea what an achievement it was until I was no longer able to do it.
Oh, that is all of us, isn't it? Isn't it? We didn't appreciate it enough, but now when we can't do it, we miss it.
The other skill that I'm working towards, this is one that we do in the advanced yoga class, but I'm working on going my headstand press up to a forearm stand and then into a scorpion where you bend your legs over.
Yeah.
So I can do it sometimes now. But granted, I only ever try it when I'm at hot yoga. And so I think whether or not I'm able to do it depends largely on how hot the hot yoga is. Because sometimes it's not that I can't do it, it's that I can't do it there after an hour and a half of everything else we've already done.
That is fair.
Oh, I'm getting sidetracked. We got a comment on our Spotify podcast, and I was really excited about this because we haven't had comments on Spotify in months. We get people who respond to the poll sometimes. So if you're here listening, this one's going to be on YouTube. But even if you're on YouTube, leave us comments. If you're on Spotify or whatever, leave us comments and make sure you vote on our polls because we always have a poll. But Aleska commented saying that she really connected with me saying that I'm ready for hard work now. And I think the reason I'm ready for hard work is because like nothing is easy anymore. Everything's hard. And unless I want to lie down and die right now, I have to work hard in order for anything to happen. So I'm like, I'm like, yes, I feel you. So Alaska, if you're watching,
well, work hard, but not too hard, because like universe doesn't reply to like
it
desperation.
doesn't reply. The universe will leave you on red if you give off desperation vibes.
Yeah, literally. It's actually not universe. It's just like a balance thing. Like the more you think of something, the more it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like the more you want to
jinx?
Win. Yeah, you're like, because you're putting too much energy on that thought instead of just doing the work. So just do the work. Don't think too much, and it will come to you. Like because everyone deserves everything. There's enough resources, energy, whatever out there for you. So just calm down and just enjoy the process, because it's all about the process. It's never about the goal. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I love what you said. If you're too focused, it's like if you're too focused on the outcome, then you won't get it. And it's almost like like you're on a road trip, and if you only focus on the destination, you miss all the fun stuff along the way. All those like weird, like the big prawn or like the dog. I don't know. Steve and I have road tripped around, and he'll stop places and be like, "Look, it's a giant pineapple," and I'm like, "Why?"
Look, this is a giant banana, and there's a big prawn.
It's a big prawn.
That's how you know you're in Australia.
In Australia.
Oh, low. Typical,
yeah,
typical.
It's almost, if you think about it like as a microcosm for life, people who are so afraid of dying that they never live.
Yes. Because you know what? I have to tell my boyfriend this video I saw when I was on a plane. I mean, like, I before I go on a plane, I always like download lots of video on YouTube just so I have something to watch, because I'm scared of getting bored. You know, that's an ADHD thing. So this video, I think this quote is by Alan Watts. I don't know who this is. I mean, I need to look into it. Anyway, he said, what did he say? It's in my book. He said something like, life is not about, what is it? Life is not a mystery to solve, but the journey. Wait, what is it?
Do you need to go get your book?
No, I have to go get my book. I'm gonna
go
get
your
book
book.
I feel like
because now I'm intrigued about what this quote could possibly be. And not that I don't want to hear your story, but there was something you said that was totally peripheral that was jogging my memory. Peripheral. It was a question about YouTube. It was a question about YouTube, because you said you download a bunch of YouTube videos to watch while you're on a plane. Do you watch them offline?
Yes. It's gonna be like bad quality, but at least I have something to listen to and like look at.
Is that a feature? Because every time I go on YouTube, they keep asking me to sign up for a trial for like YouTube Red or something like that, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Is that a feature of the paid subscription, or is that just available to anyone?
I'm an easy target, so whenever they say paid subscription, I'll pay for it. So it's probably that because I don't even look at it.
Do you subscribe to YouTube? Like paid
Yeah.
subscription to YouTube?
Yeah, premium,
Oh!
premium. Of course,
Premium,
I don't want
that's what it's
fucking
called.
ads and stuff. Yeah. No, but you know what?
Oh!
Recently, I found an app. I found someone. It's a reel, and then apparently, there's a website that you can sign up to, and then they will assign you with different accounts that you can use. Cause like every country has different subscription fee, like on the YouTube, and then like Netflix, whatever, Spotify, they have different prices. So this website would like collect all the cheapest one, and you can go there and sign up, and they're gonna give you a code or either a different account number that you can use to log into like Netflix or whatever. It's super cool. So I need to like look into that.
That's so interesting.
Because you can get like super cheap stuff, like for
You're so funny.
like yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say you're so funny because you're like, I'm an easy target. Whatever they tell me to subscribe to, I just subscribe.
Yeah, I know. But then, girl, like if I look at the bills, I'm like, oh my god, that's actually a lot of things. It's like, you know, I pay for like Apple, I pay for like anyway, Google stuff. Anyway, it's just too much subscription. So I need to like, that's actually on my list. I need to like check on my subscription and then, you know, start paying some of them.
It adds up so quickly because I have really been debating whether to subscribe to Vimeo. Do you have a Vimeo subscription?
No, that's American thing.
I don't really know. I don't really know how to categorize Vimeo because the thing is, I was working on an audition tape with one of my acting coaches, and I sent it to him on YouTube, and he was like, he gave me a little bit of feedback, and he's like, okay, this bit of feedback is totally my personal preference, but it was that he said I should upload on Vimeo because he regards YouTube as a little bit less professional in the acting world. And I was like, I only have free Vimeo, and so there's a limited amount that you can upload. But because I have forced myself, I trapped myself into making some updates to my website. So if you want to go to AndreaJamesLui.com and read some blogs that are 10 years old, I also put my Fringe show information on there. So it's this one page is brand new, and everything else is from 2013 or something like that. Anyway, if you want to see relics, the museum of AndreaJamesLui.com. But then it got me thinking again about uploading all of my lockdown classes because I have hundreds. And I think the quality of my pole tricks classes when I was teaching in Melbourne were like really top notch. Not that I'm lazy now, but I do a lot less physical demonstration. So those online classes were really good. And I want to upload them and eventually like make them available for people if they want to learn certain tricks or combos. But Vimeo has better security for that kind of thing rather than just using like password protected YouTube videos or like unlisted YouTube videos. And I know like, for example, Dance Filthy and like all of Shimmy and Sparkle's videos that they make available, I think for a long time they did through Vimeo as well. So I think it's really common for subscription-based videos to be hosted on Vimeo, and then they might embed them on whatever their websites are and stuff like that. So I was wondering, because I know you're working on getting like a library of stuff and like having a bunch of different online offerings. So I was wondering if you had looked into that at all.
Nope. Obviously not. But like
if I'm gonna
host like Kajabi, like these are for online classes and like courses. Oh, these are for courses, not online classes. Because for online classes, I'm not sure. You definitely need to have enough cloud storage, and a lot of time you pay for like to set it up, and then they will just ask you to pay for more storage. So like that's a things. I don't know. I need to look into that. But anyway, let's get back to the quotes. How about that? Because we need to finish this one soon. The quote. This can be applied to any aspect of your life. All right. It's by Alan Watts. The mystery of life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. That's it.
Not a mystery to be solved, but a reality to be experienced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
This is almost
saying,
like what you said to me during the episode, because we were trying to figure out, like, why do we do what we do? And you were saying that I'm somebody who does something just for the experience, or like just for fun. And so that's actually, if you go on Spotify, that was one of our poll responses, because I said, what the F are you doing here? And one of the responses was for the experience.
There you go. It's all about experience. It's never about the goal. I was telling my partner about this. I was like, yeah, we set up a goal. We set up a goal because when a goal is set, you have the motivation to go to that goal. But then the whole road to that goal is what actually matters, you know?
Yes, and you know how it's not a mystery to be solved. The solution is the destination or the outcome that people hyperfixate on. And so if you think of life as a mystery that needs to be solved, you will spend your whole life chasing that outcome. And I have this feeling like, you know how people are really obsessed with true crime and like crime dramas and like detective mysteries, like Knives Out style, like whodunit kind of things. And I think it's because we're chasing that resolution, or we want that conclusion. And you know, one of the reels that you sent us where it was like that Gen Z girl was talking to her Generation Alpha little sister and trying to connect with her, and she was like, "Hey girl, so like what shows are you watching?" And her Gen Alpha sister looks her dead in the eyes and says, "I don't watch plot-based media." And all the comments were like, well, what the fuck do you watch? Like Colors and Sounds? And our generations are obviously saying this like an insult, as though watching Colors and Sounds is like a dumb thing to do.
I don't even know what is that.
So plot-based media means that there's a plot
the color
line.
And...
Like there's like literally just like looking at a screensaver where it's just colors.
Oh, yes.
Or like listening to the sounds of like.
Yeah.
Because that's literally what a lot of us enjoy, right? Watching Colors and Sounds. But it's because plot-based media is always chasing a resolution. Because you have an introduction, a rising action, a climax, and then a resolution. And we are all so used to that arc that if we don't get the resolution, you know, when you have that sort of like you're salivating, like you feel like you might vomit because you just want that closure. And even like, you know, we talk about going to therapy and stuff like that, and a lot of it is like achieving a sense of closure on your trauma. And all of it is outcome based. You're blowing my mind right now. This Alan Watts quote is blowing my mind right now, because so much of what surrounds us is like about the outcome.
It's Buddhism, honey. Everything is it's like Buddhism. It's like the best.
My whole
like,
career.
It's like you just I feel like we're always in the endless suffering because you always put yourself through that. That's why I don't like watching like plot-based media, especially a drama-filled like program. I'm just not into it. I'm just like, it's just gonna trigger you, and you're gonna apply that mindset into your real life, and you're just gonna continue to struggle in your real life. And I'm just like, honey, just chill.
I'm like, I need to chill.
Are you having a stroke?
I'm having a bit of a fit, because my entire career has been about storytelling, which is literally plot based. And every show not every show, but a lot of my shows I've done have had an introduction, a middle, and a resolution, or like a win. And I talk about how a lot of my shows are like a 3-act play. And the 3-act play usually corresponds with 3 different songs. And my entire career, even the influence I've had on like competitions incorporating characters and storytellings and stuff into their judging criteria, it's been my entire career's mission to like push the merits of storytelling. And that's plot-based. That's plot-based drive. To like give people a setup so that they could have the resolution at the end, whether my character died or celebrated. And those were only ever the two outcomes. At the end of every show, I either celebrate or I die. And now I'm thinking about how I have contributed to this kind of like outcome driven or solving the mystery driven, win-loss driven.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a bad thing, because that's what storytelling is, you know. Like, but if the outcome is something that can be very inspiring, for example, like we just built all this up, and then one quote that it's breaking us all down to think even more, and that it's probably a good thing, you know, if you can do that in one of your show. And because have you watched some of the movie that they build the plot so heavily, and then the climax was, oh my god, they're gonna give us the big climax, and then there's nothing at the end. It's just like nothing, just like, yeah, that's it, it is what it is, and you get really disappointed. Yeah.
When I was a kid, my family used to go to the library on the weekends just for fun, and there are two books that stand out to me in my mind that I read when I was a kid. One of them was about this prince who is half invisible. And I was reading it, and I remember talking to my sister about it, and I was like, this book is so amazing. There's so many like different subplots and interesting characters, and I was like so excited. And so my sister kept checking back in to be like, oh, okay, what's happening with the prince? What's happening with the witch? And then all of a sudden the book just ended. And not a single storyline had been resolved. And I was like looking, we went back to the library, I was looking for the author, I was looking for a sequel, I was looking for like something more, and there was nothing. And I'm still haunted by this book that had no resolution, partly because the setup was so intriguing. All these different like interesting characters and like weaving different storylines with backstories and subtext, and I was like, this is great. And maybe the reason that author never got a sequel was because the book was infuriating.
Lol. No, I mean, like I've seen like anime, because sometimes I want to watch that anime, but only when it's like BL, okay, like boy love, very like, you know, high
like
school girls,
Heartstopper.
Fantasy. Yeah, but I've never watched that. But anyway, so like I recently seen a few like BL on a plane as well, because I downloaded it, and they only have one season. It's just like a season from 2013, but they never make another one. So there's only part one. So you don't know if they ended up together or not. I'm just like, what the fuck? But same thing.
If you want wholesome teen boy love, watch season 1 Heartstopper.
No, not season 2.
Thing. I mean, the stories evolve and they kind of continue on, but season 1 Heartstopper is just something real wholesome. It's like warm chicken soup when you're feeling under the weather. What? That's such a stereotype. I've literally never had like chicken soup. I've had Chinese soup.
Chinese chicken soup. Yes, I actually need to have that because I'm dying.
My sister and I entered like an online giveaway for this Canadian small business that makes kits so that you can make your own Chinese herbal soups at home. So you just add boiling water and everything is in the kit. And so we both entered the contest and neither of us won. But then they contacted me on Instagram saying, hey, want to do a collab? We really like your posts. So I have soup. I have Chinese herbal soups waiting for me in Canada, and I'm going to make little reels out of me making them and tasting them. I'm so excited about it.
Make sure you get paid.
I'm getting paid in soup, bruh. I just want free soup.
Yeah. No, you didn't get paid for money.
Ah, they're a small business. They're like brand new.
Well, you're a small business as well.
Okay, fine. You're right. I should charge for these things.
Yeah, otherwise it would just be endless cycle. Like, it's always gonna be like us not making money, not them. But yes. Anyway, I hope that you,
Well, what do you think about like commission-based collaborations? Because that's
commission-based
what they
is
actually
good.
said. Because what they actually said is like, let's just do this first post. We'll see how it goes, and then if we get along, then we'll set up like a referral link, like what I do with Pole Physics. Because Pole Physics gives me a little payout every now and then, which is nice.
Nah. You just need to have a contract and get it done. But anyway, I hope you guys figured out something from these two episodes. I mean, the main episode and the After Dark. About what the fuck you're doing here. Because we
Can you read us the quote one more time?
Oh, God.
Please.
You gotta put on the screen. You have to put on screen.
Yes.
Okay, we'll get ready. The mystery of life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced.
The mystery of life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Anyway, cheers!
Cheers!
Bye!
Thank you.